Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Sez the Vet. There are a lot of people feeling frustrated with the Kikuyu grass that really thrives up here in the North Island of New Zealand and can really grow like a weed, suppressing your ryegrass. So what's the gig? How bad is it? How good is it? Is it a blessing or a curse? Before I jump in, please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the emblem down below and thumbs up to let me know you're there appreciating them. Comment if you have any questions of your own and I will try and get to them. So Kikuyu grass is widespread across the north of the North Island in New Zealand, Australia and other countries as well. As the climate warms, we are seeing it move south as well, so it will become something that more and more people have to deal with. In a nutshell, the benefits are that it gives you really good coverage during summer and autumn. It's a hot weather grass, especially when little rain comes after a summer, it really comes away. But it will give you good food for the animals during summer when you might otherwise be hard pressed for grass growth. We also don't have the same risk of ryegrass daggers and facial eczema that we do with ryegrass during summer. So again, big pros feeding Kikuyu as opposed to ryegrass during summer. The big con is the nutritive value. The key characteristic of Kikuyu grass that people recognise is that it spreads by stolons. Stolons they look like long tendrils that creep across the ground, forming a dense mat of grass. These stolons aren't even green, they're a dead yellow colour. They are very low nutritive value, and because they form this thick mat, if left to their own devices, they will suffocate other grass species underneath them. So ideally, we would have Kikuyu giving us good pasture cover during summer and autumn. Then as the frosts hit it and it gets cold, Kikuyu hates the cold, it would die back and the rye clover pasture would come away. That would be great if the species worked together like that, but they don't really. The rampant growth of Kikuyu during summer and autumn will suffocate the ryegrass underneath it, so there's nothing left growing come winter and spring, which is obviously a key time of year when you need lots of grass for lambing and calving. So, how do you manage this to get the best of both worlds? It just comes down to grazing management. Do not let it get out of hand in summer, autumn. It grows well in summer, but it's really in autumn when the rain comes that it goes crazy with a bit of moisture and it suffocates the other grasses. So on a farm in autumn, you'd be wanting to increase grazing pressure, get more stock on there, however that would work with your system. Buy in more stock if that's what you do, borrow neighbours' animals if that works. On a lifestyle block, you're not generally buying and selling stock as such, so what you might need to do is actually just get out there and mow. It needs to be kept short and leafy throughout autumn so that those stolons don't get out of control and it doesn't kill the rye and clover. Now, of course, the challenge is having enough animals on there to keep it short and leafy during autumn, but not enough animals that they're going to be starving over summer. So this is why farmers may be looking at buying an extra stock over autumn or getting out there and mowing, okay? Now, the other thing that you can do to help control it, if you want to avoid buying and selling extra stock, is set aside a paddock in autumn and spray to kill it off, then re-sow with a rye clover mix. That rye clover is not going to last forever. The Kikuyu will come back, but you should at least get 2 or 3 years out of it. And it means that while you're spraying and re-sowing, you've now got more animals on the remaining paddocks that haven't been sprayed, so you've got harder grazing pressure there to keep the Kikuyu under wraps. So it works well. It can be a cost-effective way to go. As I say, on lifestyle blocks, people often aren't selling the animals for profit, so you can definitely still do this if you'd like, but I'd probably generally recommend get out there and mow if you can. It's the easier way to go. Or offer a neighbour if they've got some animals to come and graze your land as well during autumn. So there you go. In conclusion, a blessing during summer, but requires some hard grazing or mowing during autumn to avoid it becoming a curse in winter. Final note, guys, that I do want to point out, you can get toxicity from Kikuyu, which I've had owners misinterpret as a harmless ryegrass daggers. It's not ryegrass daggers and it's not harmless. Kikuyu toxicity can be deathly. We think it's a fungal toxin, okay? It usually occurs a few weeks after the rain has come, after a long dry period, so watch out when the rains come. Animals will stumble and stagger, they may be bloated and have diarrhea. Eventually they'll die. So keep an eye out for that in autumn when it grows really lush and get them off it if you see any signs. Okay guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for checking in. I will see you for the next one. Bye bye.